Day four, this is the ankle rocker mechanism. And the ankle rocker is basically how you move when you run, jump, and cut. Since you have a foot, but your ankle actually moves on top of the foot. So if you're running and jumping, like your foot's moving, but then the ankle needs to move too in these other positions. So it's a little bit of plantar flexion, a little bit of dorsiflexion, and just whatever movements you need to do, especially if you're a football athlete, you're cutting, you're doing this, you're doing that, and your ankles and knees are going over each other because that's just the way you're moving and cutting, and it's a little bit different than like a straight line speed athlete because they have ankle rocker, but they're kind of like in that position the whole entire time, as in like a basketball player, a football player, any other type of sport. Like they're changing direction and their ankle, then their shin and ankle angle always kind of changes, and so sometimes when they play on the feet, so yeah, there's dorsiflexion and plantar flexion going on there. And so having a good ankle rocker mechanism is going to allow you to get into these other positions in your sport. Since yeah, especially like in football, like when getting low, getting a tackle, your knees are going to go over your toes, and so your shin is going to go way over, and then so your ankle is going to be moving, and you need to have a good ankle rocker mechanism to have good tackles, to sprint fast, to cut fast, to make a move, juke someone out, dunk a basketball. Like all that has to have a good ankle rocker mechanism. Every single 40-inch vertical in the NFL Combine has this ankle rocker mechanism, and it has a really good one, a strong one, where their knee could go over their toes while their legs and foot stay on the floor because they need that power to generate when they jump up. Like I was saying earlier, the elite sprinters who run 100 meters and everything, they do have ankle rocker mechanisms, but it's not as much. But for sure they do because they hit the floor and then they got to rock through that and then do it again and then have that whole mechanism going over the foot and then pushing through. They do that really on the balls of their feet. They have really great running form and everything, but they don't necessarily need to change direction, so they could just go full speed, full speed, full speed, and which running on the balls of their feet is the correct way to run, but they don't have to worry about changing direction. But if you're thinking about a football player who's running a route or a defensive back who's reacting to these movements, their body's always moving, especially like a Justin Jefferson running a route. Like he's cutting this way, doing that, stopping and going. And there's times where his heels do touch the floor, but it's because he's really trying to stop his momentum and then go back. But then he goes back to the ankle rocker mechanism and runs on the balls and feet and then just goes and goes and goes. And then that whole shin, foot, knee thing moves. So he has really great ankle rocker mechanism, and football players have to use it in a little bit more of a deeper way. So you're able to actually get into these positions and be comfortable in these positions, and especially those sports, it's pretty unpredictable. So you never know what cut you're gonna have to make, what move you're gonna have to do, what position you get into. So if your body is able to get in these positions, you're gonna be that much more ready to play and be fine and be able to dominate in your sport, especially if you're cutting and trying to make a move on somebody. If you could really bait it really hard, then that's really what's gonna set you apart. And like the elite sprinters, you want to go back on your forefoot when you're running and everything. But yeah, in football, you're cutting, you're doing this, you're a running back, you need to make a move. If you're a safety, you're backpedaling and then you're coming back to come down on the play. And if you're a lineman, you're driving and then you're pancaking someone, so your knees going way over your toe. And so there's a lot of different things going on. But having a good ankle rocker and strong shin, ankle, foot is going to really help um, you be able to do athletic feats like that, and your knee being able to handle all that too.